Hello, my name is Josephine Chase, and I am a writer of Physics Today. I am creating a vlog for my overseas trip to Italy. In this vlog, I will identify physics principles in various real-life examples, recognize and the use of the scientific method in a modern physical problem, spot the application of classical physical principles in the relation to a real-life situation, distinguish physics principles in various real-world examples, and connect to my own experience, as well as identify physics principles in a real-world examples, such as modern technology. Spot technology that uses quantum mechanics and connect to my own personal experience. Leonardo da Vinci was one of the first individuals to study friction. He realized how important friction was to work machines, and he focused on several kinds of friction, including sliding and rolling friction. Friction applies to the given scenario as we walk, as we use our legs to apply a backward force on the ground. The power of friction applies an opposite but equal force on the forward direction. This prevents our legs from moving backwards. These physical principles provide a grip which make our leg stable and allows the other leg to move forward. Isaac Newton. As I race down the runway and skyrocket into the air, I can't help but think to myself, this will be an extremely long trip. While in flight, I was able to watch the sunrise and the sunset. This also uses Newton's laws of motion, which uses force, drag, and thrust to keep the aircraft in action. The force is what resists the weight, and that helps to keep the aircraft flying and does not fall to the ground. Drag is a force of mechanics that is generated by interaction and connect with a solid body, for instance, the plane with fluid, which is air. Thrust is a force that is created the engines of the aircraft for the plane to continue to move in a forward motion. Galileo Galilei. The thermoscope was constructed by Galileo and is the basis of the thermometer. The thermometer can be used to determine how to dress accordingly when in another country. In the given scenario, since I am traveling to another part of the world, I can't help but think if I should dress accordingly, because the weather is changing. The classical principles measure the heat based on the expansion of water. The thermometer can be used to determine how to dress accordingly when in another country. Without this invention, we would not know how to measure degrees of Fahrenheit and Celsius. An example of how this is used in my life is when my kids are sick. I use a thermometer to check my children's temperature. Without this invention of this device, we may never know how to measure the temperature of a person's body. Using scientific method. Using scientific method, I was able to determine this problem in the given scenario. I can observe that it makes perfect sense that the power from the sun will be less the further away a person is from the sun. I hypothesize that the power will change the further away from the sun I move. The next step is to test the theory. As I set up my solar-powered charger and my cell phone, I plug it in and it is fully charged. That means I can conclude that I can reject the hypothesis because my phone is charged, and the sun did not change in different parts of the world. James Maxwell was responsible for founding the first color photo. He produced the first color by using 3 separate exposures and 3 filters. He laid the foundation for color photography, and it is now possible to be able to take color pictures with smartphones, computers, and digital cameras. In this given scenario, I wanted to make sure to take as much pictures as possible on my trip to Italy, and without Maxwell's discovery, this may not have ever been possible. Quantum mechanics. Phones use quantum mechanics, and its operation is dependent on microprocessing chips which are linked to quantum mechanics. The screen has visible light waves and uses LED lights. This allows the screen to operate. The theory of relativity can also be used to position the phone in, which provides the proper navigation. As I explore Italy, I can also use my phone as a GPS to navigate around different parts that I tend to travel. Another technology that uses quantum mechanics is X-rays, which were discovered in 1895 by William Conrad, a professor at the University of Germany. X-rays are connected to my experience because when I was a child, I used to play sports and was given multiple X-rays due to possible broken bones.